Hello and welcome to CVR English. You're watching The Big Story. I'm Idris and today our topic is about the Manipur horror. If we talk about the Manipur, where a mob in the Bharatiya Janata Party ruled Manipur, paraded three completely disrobed and crying Kuki women after brutally gang raping them, as it has been widely reported. Some among the mob derived the saddest, in fact, the pleasure in touching them, as they were taunted and abused by others, displaying obscenity of monstrous proportions. All those gruesome developments took place in the first week of May 2023, 9 months after the BJP government in the Gujarat on Independence Day, August 15, 2022, released 11 murderers and rapists convicted for life for gang raping Bilkis Bano and murdering several members of her family, including her 3-year-old child. Ironically, those convicts and rapists were released upon applying remission rules after Prime Minister Narendra Modi waxed eloquently about Nari Shakti, that is woman power, in his speech from the Red Fort on August 15 and asked if it can we not pledge to get rid of everything in our behavior, culture and everyday life that humiliates and demeans women.
अभी भी दिखाई देता है, ये दुखदाई है, निंदनीय है। मैं तो पुलिस में भी रहा, राजनीति में भी हूँ, और ये जो अभी मणिपुर में हुआ है सचमुच में दुखदाई है और निंदनीय है। कितने भी निंदा की जाए मेरे ख्याल से कम होगा। और इसमें मणिपुर सरकार को और केंद्र सरकार को भी कड़ी से कड़ी कार्रवाई किए जाने का आवश्यकता है और अपराधियों को जो अभियुक्त बने हैं कड़ी से कार्रवाई कड़ी से कड़ी सजा दिलाने की जरूरत है। हो गया, बताते हैं। मैं तो पुलिस में भी रहा, राजनीति में भी हूँ, और ये जो अभी मणिपुर
Well, it's tragic that while some of the internationally acclaimed medal-winning women wrestlers were protesting in Delhi against alleged sexual harassment at the hands of the Wrestling Federation of India President Brij Bhushan Singh, who is a BJP member of parliament and facing brutal action from Delhi police, those Manipuri women were getting traumatized beyond measure by the mob, which stripped and marched them in full public view. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh displayed utter insensitivity in saying that hundreds of such incidents took place after the state got embroiled in internecine violence from May 3, 2023, and its intensity is spiraling without any hope of being contained.
এতিয়া আজি আমি দৰং মহিলা কংগ্ৰেছে মণিপুৰৰ ঘটনাক লৈ মানে নিৰ্যাতনক লৈ তীব্ৰ নিন্দা কৰি আমি প্ৰতিবাদ কৰিছো, যদিও দুখ লাগিছে। মহিলা হিচাপে প্ৰথমে দুখ প্ৰকাশ কৰিছো, কাৰণ মণিপুৰ চৰকাৰে অতদিনে যি হৈ আছে তেওঁলোকেতো গাপ দি কালি চৰম পৰ্যায়ৰ গাপ দিয়া ঘটনা বাহিৰ হ'ল। গতিকে এই ঘটনাক আমি তীব্ৰ নিন্দা কৰিছো।
Well, a replay of pre-partition days, these horrifying developments from the western, northern and northeastern parts of India represent a violation of women's honor and dignity, and a replay of the pre-partition days when Mahatma Gandhi, referring to the series of the violent incidents, vandalism and brutal assault on women, said on July 2nd, 1947, "Today there is murder, plunder and rape in air. Are we pushed to pass through those harrowing days because of unforgiving majoritarianism, stoking communal and ethnic clashes in large parts of the country and causing irreversible damage to the image of our country?"
Specific. There were many complaints. See, there were many complaints. Again and again, I am saying there was not a specific complaint, one specific. There were many complaints, and that too from people outside India and outside Manipur. So we just wrote, firstly, they had to clarify whether whatever is written is true or not. So they have to clarify, the government of Manipur has to clarify. And if it is true, they have to work on it. So we accordingly we wrote to them. See, there were many complaints. Again and again, I am saying there was not a specific complaint, one specific.
The Prime Minister's silence, PM Modi's silence on the accelerating violence and vandalism in Manipur, where a BJP government is unable to sustain constitutional order, has perplexed the entire nation and caused anguish to all those standing for the amity and unity of our diverse people. He spoke on Manipuri women's agonizing plight for a measly 30 seconds, in fact 36 seconds on July 21st, and instead drew parallels with Congress-ruled states of Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, where there is no widespread violence akin to what is continuing in Manipur unabated. The Supreme Court was outraged by the ill treatment of the woman and took suo motu cognizance of the matter and observed that it would step in should the government fail to deal with the problem. Such observation brings out the apex court's deep concerns and indicates the breakdown of constitutional order in the state.
Government to take a strict action and exemplary punishment to those culprits, and the Supreme Court should take a cognizance of such incident. And there are so many such cases that has not been reported, that has not been registered, and we want all the incidents that has been happening in Manipur to be brought up in public and to be to serve the justice for all people. And we blame the state government, the central government, for remaining silent for more than 70 days. It has been more than 70 days, and only now the Prime Minister has spoken up. And now the Prime Minister has spoken up about giving a punishment to those culprits. It took him more than 70 days to open his mouth. So shame on you, Modi government. Shame on you, Chief Minister.
Had it not been about the videos which has been leaked just day before yesterday, the Chief Minister would have been silent till so far. But just because, fortunately, because of the video which was leaked day before yesterday, that the Chief Minister now, he speak up and he himself tell to the media, tell to the world that, oh, this culprit has to be caught and has to be given capital punishment. But what about the past 70 days? The FIR was registered 2 months back, but then he did nothing.
I would like, on behalf of the Democratic Federation of India, I would like to congratulate all of you. We will
The vision of women and children are worst sufferers in any arena of violence and may have the misery multiples when the states fail to rescue them. On December 1st, 1946, Mahatma Gandhi wrote about the treatment accorded to the woman in the princely state of Kathiawar in Gujarat and registered in the Harijan cannot describe to you what desperately human nature got. No woman's honor is in fact is observed, what with is called as anguish, is safe in some principalities, and the chief is no hooligan but a duly appointed one.
मणिपुर की हिंसा है, ये बीजेपी द्वारा प्रायोजित हिंसा है। ये जो मणिपुर की हिंसा है, ये प्रधानमंत्री की चुप्पी के कारण इतनी बढ़ी है। ये जो मणिपुर की हिंसा है, जो वहां महिलाओं के साथ दरिंदगी और हैवानियत हो रही है, वो वहां के निकम्मे सीएम के कारण हुआ है। और मणिपुर में सब कुछ फेल कर दिया गया है जानबूझकर, और खुली छूट दी गई है भाजपा के लोगों को नफरत, दंगा और हिंसा फैलाने के लिए। और भारत का प्रधानमंत्री इतने दिनों तक खामोश रहा। इसका क्या मतलब है? इसका मतलब प्रधानमंत्री मणिपुर को जलता हुआ देख रहे थे, खामोश थे, दुनिया भर की सैर और यात्राओं में व्यस्त थे। उनको मणिपुर के लोगों का दर्द याद नहीं आया। मणिपुर की हिंसा है, ये बीजेपी द्वारा प्रायोजित हिंसा है।
The deaths of depravity displayed in the treating the stripped woman and paraded woman in Manipur are spine-chilling. It is shocking that despite the elected BJP state government with the mandate to govern and uphold the constitution, women are becoming the victims of depravity by men who reportedly got them from police custody and raped and humiliated them.
अभी एक प्रदेश में एक आपने देखा होगा, वीडियो देखा होगा, जब महिलाओं के साथ बहुत बड़ी दुर्दशा हुई है। आज की सबसे महत्वपूर्ण अगर कोई हमारी डिमांड है तो वो ही है कि अगर सरकारों के होते हुए, लोकतंत्र के होते हुए, प्रशासन के होते हुए ये स्थिति महिलाओं की किसी भी प्रदेश में है तो मैं ज्यादा कुछ नहीं कहूँ, लेकिन मुझे खुद पर शर्म आती है कि अगर मेरे होते हुए भी ये सब चीजें हो रही है, हमारे होते हुए चीजें हो रही है, तो ये गलत है। पूरा ग्रुप महिलाओं को ज्यादा भद्रता करता है। सबसे विशेष डिमांड ये है। वो घटना हुई क्यों, काम इस पर होना चाहिए। जब तक इस पर भारत में काम नहीं होगा तब तक यहाँ जो है ना, यहाँ व्यवस्था गलत ही रहेगी, ठीक है। और इस व्यवस्था को सुधारने के लिए अब ये जन सैलाब, हम जैसे युवा भाई साहब, ये युवा खड़े हैं, प्रदेश के खड़े हो गए हैं। नई लीडरशिप का इस देश में जन्म हो रहा है। वो लीडरशिप इस प्रकार।
Well, the horror those women confronted because of their gender and tribal or religious identity shook the entire nation. Such obscenity combined with the release of the people convicted of murder and rape charges in the Bilkis Bano case proves that crimes against women and the continuing violence in Manipur are nasty and brutish. It has tarnished India's image at the global level. It is indicative of the screaming captions on Manipur in international media.
He hasn't really spoken. He's just paid lip service to the women of Manipur, especially because of that video going viral and creating an outrage across the country, length and breadth of this country. Till now, people knew there was violence happening and they felt that the Prime Minister would control it, the Home Minister would be able to handle it. But yesterday, a day before yesterday, after the video went viral, they were all exposed of their inability to be able to curb the violence or the spread of fake news stories. And the Prime Minister was forced to pay lip service, just like the Women and Child Welfare Minister was forced to pay lip service. We want the Prime Minister to speak inside the Parliament. So the first day of the monsoon session was about this, that Manipur should be prioritized. The country needs to know what is happening there. And why is it that it took so many days for the FIR which was registered and for the culprits to be caught, and for the FIR to be registered and the women not getting justice? And it is the Chief Minister on record who has gone on to say there are hundreds such FIRs. What are you all doing?
Has the state become important? The Supreme Court only recently described the state as important in dealing with hate speeches. What happened to the woman is more ghastly and chilling, and one may attribute to it hate-filled majoritarianism that stokes violence and bloodshed. What happened to those women could happen to any woman unless hate-filled majoritarianism is checked and defeated.
Minister should explain as to why he has failed so far to seize the situation that exists in Manipur. Why has he not been able to control the situation? Why so many people have lost their life? So it is, I believe, it is shameful in terms of it is as overall India, I would say. So Prime Minister must answer in terms of why has he not been able to control the situation. Why the government has failed so far in controlling the situation. Why there has been so much violence, uninterrupted violence. It's a free-for-all kind of massacre happening. Past several years, he has not convened even a single NDA meeting. So what forced him to convene the NDA meeting? Number one. Number two, why is he so much bothered if is Majburi ki dosti? See, the fact is that the entire country is feeling helpless. And in any case, what we demand in the parliament, what we request in the parliament, it goes unheard. Government does not bother anything. I mean, there's such an arrogant government that they would not care any demand. So why even they bother about it? Prime Minister should explain as to why he has failed so far to seize the situation that exists in Manipur. Why?
The courage of those Manipuri women who faced the worst treatment possible was displayed in their bold steps to follow the constitutional method of approaching the police for justice. The Prime Minister must speak up and take decisive steps to secure justice for them. He must live by the oath he has taken, among others, to do the right to all manners of people in accordance with constitution and law, without fear of favor, affection or ill will. His silence and short remarks on Manipur lasting mere seconds are not living by his oath. He must act fast to salvage Manipur and save the entire country.
मणिपुर में 2 महीनों से पूरा प्रदेश जल रहा है, घरों में आग लगाई जा रही है, मार काट हो रही है, आपस में महिलाओं के साथ भयावह अत्याचार हो रहा है, बच्चों के सर पर छत नहीं रहे, और हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी ने 77 दिन के लिए कोई बयान ही नहीं दिया इस पे। वहां पे एक्शन लेना छोड़िए, एक लफ्ज नहीं कहा। कल मजबूरी में, क्योंकि एक इतना भयावह वीडियो वायरल हुआ कि वो फिर चुप नहीं रह पाए, तो मजबूरी में कल एक बयान दिया, उन्होंने एक वाक्य बोला और उस वाक्य में भी राजनीति घोल दी। उस वाक्य में भी उन्होंने उन प्रदेशों का नाम ले लिया जिसमें विपक्ष की सरकार है। मणिपुर में 2 महीनों से पूरा प्रदेश जल रहा।
In their letter to Rekha Sharma, chairperson NCW, women's organizations held her directly responsible for the shameful incident in which NCW ignored complaints regarding an incident of violence against women in Manipur.
The strip of naked of 2 girls from the tribal community, which has reflect very bad image and the reputations of our nations. I fully condemn this kind of inhuman act done by some antisocial elements. So this antisocial element, it has to be arrested, and I've seen yesterday they have arrested 3. But but anybody involved? I've seen many people they were involved and following. They are following the naked women. They also are a part of the crime, following the naked women. They also are a part of the crime. They should not be go scot-free. They should be arrested and punished as per the law of the land. And also we have seen in the past 2-3 months, so many churches and worship places has been vandalized and burned down, which is nothing to do with the faiths of individual. That is the place of worship. There's a temple, there's a churches, this is a mosque.
Multiple women's organizations have written to Rekha Sharma, chairperson of National Commission for Women, expressing their shock over the latest actions or lack thereof in the cases of violence against women in Manipur. They have further demanded Sharma's resignation, holding her responsible for the shameful situation surrounding the NCW in the context of Manipur violence.
One has arrested yesterday, and recently I got one information, another one also arrested now. And this interrogation is going on. I don't want to make it more elaborate. Thank you.
So police got the information, registered the FIR, but started the investigation and action after 2 months.
देखो वही तो बोला है ना, ये मणिपुर में जो वायलेंस जो है कंटिन्यूस चल रहा है, तो इसमें कौन कौन है क्या क्या है उसको आइडेंटिफाई करने में टाइम लगा, तो इमीडिएटली वीडियो मिला, इमीडिएटली रेड किया, do not spare anyone. One has arrested yesterday, and recently.
The letter comes after it was revealed that NCW did not respond to the complaints from Manipur calling for immediate action in a case where 3 women were publicly stripped and raped by a mob. The complaint was made to NCW on June 12, 2023. The complainants wrote several times to NCW and received no response.
हम लोग स्टेट वाइड और जो वीडियो वायरल हुआ ना, उसी को कंडेमनेशन कर रहा हूँ स्टेट वाइड, क्योंकि अपने जो स्टेट जो है ना, यहाँ का पब्लिक जो है ये वुमेन्स को मां समझता है, लेकिन ऐसे थोड़ा मिसक्रेंट लोगों ने ऐसा करके हम लोग की इज्जत पूरा खराब कर दिया। तो इसीलिए हम लोग स्टेट वाइड ऑल ओवर द स्टेट, आज हिल में भी, वैली में भी, जहां में भी हम लोग इसको कंडेमनेशन कर रहा है, और वो लोग को पब्लिक लोग का डिमांड है वो लोग को कड़ी से कड़ी सजा दे।
In Manipur, a prolonged clash between 2 ethnic groups, Kukis and Meiteis, has led to widespread violence, death and displacement. Conservative estimates put the number of deaths at 80, while over 40,000 people have been displaced from their homes. In many cases, there are no homes left to return to, while all Kukis have been violently expelled from Imphal. No Meiteis can be seen in Churchandpur or other Kuki-dominated hill districts. The lines of division have become sharper than ever, with both communities expressing mistrust, anger, and even hate against the other. It all started on May 3 when a tribal solidarity march organized by the tribal civil society's bodies in Chandpur turned violent. The purported cause for the clashes appears to be the dominant and politically stronger Meitei community's demand for ST status. The Meiteis, who form about 60% of the population, can currently reside in just 10% of the total land area in Manipur. The rest of the Manipur consists of hill districts, belongs to tribals, mainly Kukis and Nagas.
Video is circulating in the Indian media about two women being gang raped and paraded on streets. Prime Minister has called it a national shame. I guess if you have seen this video, what are your comments on that?
I've not seen the video. This is the first that I'm hearing of it. But as I stated before, our hearts break whenever there's human suffering, whether it's in our neighborhood or across the globe, or in the country where we're living. So our hearts continue to go out to Indian people. As I've said, this is an Indian matter, an internal matter. But of course, we are always here as fellow human beings, sympathizing with that sort of pain and that sort of suffering.
Video is circulating.
A closer analysis of the incidents that unfolded in Manipur reveals not just burgeoning ethnic tensions but deeper divides between a valley and the hills, between shifting and settled agriculture, between state and non-state, between so-called civilized and anarchists.
बर्निंग का जो सवाल है, मणिपुर में जो जघन्य जो काम हुए हैं, जितनी निंदनीय, शर्मनाक, दर्दनाक काम हुआ है, जिसको पूरे देश ने देखा, और पूरे देश में नहीं पूरे विश्व में ये ऐसा हमारी छवि इतनी खराब हुई है, जिसमें सरकार, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट से लेके सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, हमारे माननीय मित्र भारत के प्रधानमंत्री, जो कि 75 दिनों 80 दिनों तक कुछ नहीं बोलते इस कांड पे, ऐसे कांड पे, और 80 दिनों के बाद जब बोलते हैं तो सही मायने में कहा जा सकता है कि टू लिटिल और टू लेट, यानी बोलते हैं वो भी पार्लियामेंट के बाहर बोलते हैं, पार्लियामेंट के अंदर नहीं बोलते हैं। और अपनी जितनी गोदी मीडिया और मोदी मीडिया जो बन चुकी है चारों तरफ, उससे वो प्रचार करवा रहे हैं कि सही मायने में प्रचार मंत्री बने इन दिनों, उनके बाकी मंत्रीगण भी प्रचार मंत्री बने। अब ये सब लोग जो कर रहे हैं ये जिम्मेदार हैं। ये जो है काम हुआ है, ऐसा काम तो पूरे देश में किसी स्टेट में शायद ऐसा नहीं हुआ होगा जो हो रहा है। इसलिए मैं कह रहा हूं कि आप लोगों ने सुना होगा और मैं अक्सर कहता रहा हूं।
That was our today's big story. For more news and updates, keep watching CVR English.